When you visit St. Mark's today, you might not realize it, but we have quite a story, quite a history in the city of Richmond. We were founded in 1866, just after the end of the Civil War, a time of new beginnings in an old Southern capital. And we were planted in a working-class neighborhood, Jackson Ward, to serve the working people of Richmond. And I think we have not lost that founding identity and purpose. We had 3 different church homes in Jackson Ward and outgrew them all. So as the city of Richmond moved west, St. Mark's did too. We landed where we are today in the early 1920s, and having outgrown 3 churches, we built a great big Neo-Georgian style church. And a few years later, when the stock market crashed, we were left with the largest debt in our diocese. But this did not stop us. I know a story of St. Mark's grandmothers going to the flea market to sell what they had. They raised a couple of dollars every week to pay off the debt, and it took another 20 years. And I think this is the history that formed us, because later when the church faced change, it embraced change. We were the first church in the city of Richmond to racially integrate. In 1967, welcoming members of the traditionally African-American Osgood Memorial Episcopal Church to worship with us when their church building was demolished by Richmond city planners to build the downtown expressway. And in the 1980s, St. Mark's was one of the first churches to minister to people with AIDS, showing them compassion, dignity, and honor in their suffering. A local healthcare agency credits St. Mark's with providing more funerals and memorial services for AIDS victims than any other church in Virginia. St. Mark's was also one of the first Richmond churches to honestly welcome gay and lesbian members. And we were one of the first churches in our diocese to offer the blessing of holy unions and same-gender marriage, seeing the love of 2 people as the love of God expressed in human union. And we did this not always with agreement. We did this knowing it could come with a cost. But we knew then and we know today that the cost of discipleship is a cost, and it is worth it. Today on the Boulevard, we live into our call to serve, formed by our history, knowing our identity, and sharing with all the love that is our tradition.